Hi children, in the last video we have discussed about one of the political causes of the first war of independence 1857, that was the policy of expansion. Today we will discuss about the other political causes such as disrespect shown to Bahadur Shah, ill treatment to Nana Sahib and absentee sovereignty of the British. Okay, so first we shall go to the disrespect shown to Bahadur Shah. Children, you know who was Bahadur Shah? Bahadur Shah was the Mughal emperor and he was under the protection of East India Company and he was given pension by the company. And in the year 1849, Lord Dalhousie announced that the successors of Bahadur Shah would not be permitted to use Red Fort as their palace. Red Fort, that was the palace of the Mughal rulers from Shah Jahan's time onwards. It was Shah Jahan who built Red Fort. And Lord Dalhousie in the year 1849 announced that the successors of Bahadur Shah would not be allowed to stay in Red Fort. That means the palace in Red Fort. They were required to move towards a place near Qutb Minar. So it hurt the feelings of the royal family and also the Muslims of India. Not over, in the year 1856, another announcement came that was from Lord Canning. What was his announcement? He announced that the successors of Bahadur Shah would not be allowed to use imperial titles with their names. Children, you know what is imperial titles? That is Raja, Maharaja, Emperor, the titles. But Canning announced that the successors of Bahadur Shah were not allowed to use imperial titles with their names. So what actually these two announcements meant? These two announcements convinced the Muslims and also the royal family that after the death of Bahadur Shah, the Mughal rule would come to an end. These two announcements made it very clear. The successors of Bahadur Shah must shift to some other place near Qutb Minar. The successors were not allowed to use palace near Red Fort. That was the announcement, first announcement in the year 1849 by Lord Dalhousie. Then followed 1856, Lord Canning. Lord Canning was the Governor General during the time of our revolt. He announced that the successors of Bahadur Shah were not allowed to use imperial titles with their aims. These two announcements hurt the sentiments of the Muslims. Thus, they played a leading role in the revolt of 1857. Is it clear, children? Now, we will discuss about the next political cause, that was ill treatment shown to Nana Sahib. Children, you know who was Nana Sahib? Nana Sahib was the adopted son of Peshwa Bajirao II. Peshwa Bajirao II was the last Peshwa. Peshwa ruled in Maratha kingdom, headquarters in Pune. Nana Sahib was the adopted son of Peshwa Bajirao II. Peshwa Bajirao II was the last Peshwa and Nana Sahib was the adopted son. So, what was the grievance of Nana Sahib? After the death of Peshwa Bajirao II, British denied pension to Nana Sahib which they were paying to Bajirao II. Bajirao II or the Peshwas were made as pensioners by the East India Company during their annexation after the Anglo-Maratha War. But after the death of Bajirao II, British government or East India Company was not ready to give pension to Nana Sahib. We know the reason, because Nana Sahib was the adopted son. Adopted son means not a legal heir. So what was the need of paying pension? East India Company paid pension to Bajirao II, but it was denied to Nana Sahib because he was the adopted son of Peshwa Bajirao II. You know which policy was applied here? The doctrine of lapse. British government applied doctrine of lapse. This was one of the grievances of Nana Sahib. Not over children. Again, the British government announced that Nana Sahib must move towards Kanpur. Kanpur, that is a place in Uttar Pradesh. But the family seat of Nana Sahib, that was Pune. But Nana Sahib was asked to leave from his headquarters at Pune and asked to settle in Kanpur. Kanpur, far away from his family seat at Pune, and this hurt the feelings of Nana Sahib. So Nana Sahib had two grievances. One, he was denied pension because he was the adopted son of the last Peshwa Bajirao II. Then the another grievance, he was forced to live in Kanpur, which was far away from his family seat at Pune. Thus, Nana Sahib became a bitter enemy of British, and during the revolution, he played an active role and fought against the British. So, ill treatment to Nana Sahib. How did British ill treat Nana Sahib? Nana Sahib was denied a pension which the government had paid to Bajirao II. Then secondly, Nana Sahib was asked to live in Kanpur, which is far away from his family seat at Pune. Then who was Nana Sahib? Nana Sahib was the adopted son of Peshwa Bajirao II. What was the policy applied against Nana Sahib? The policy of the doctrine of lapse was applied against Nana Sahib. Clear? Now the last political cause led to the War of Independence 1857, that was the absentee sovereignty of the British. What do you mean by this? Absentee sovereignty of the British means India was being ruled by the British, but British government was absent in India. Right? Britain ruled India from their homeland, that is Britain. But earlier rulers, take the example of Delhi Sultans, they were the foreigners, they conquered India and established their rule. But those rulers settled in India, established their own government, they treated Indians as their own subjects, collected revenue from Indians, utilized for the welfare of the Indians. So Indians did not get the feeling that the rulers were foreigners. Then when we come to the Mughals, Mughal rulers, they were also conquerors, but they established a government in India, settled in India, collected revenue from India, utilized for the welfare and development of the Indians. So Indians, they didn't get the feeling that the ruler was absent. Here, Indians got the feeling that their ruler was absent. India was being ruled from Britain by the British. British Parliament made laws there, and it was, or those laws were applied in our country. So quite natural, Indians felt that they were being ruled from England and India's wealth was being drained to Britain. What did the British government do? They collected revenue from Indians and they didn't utilize the revenue for the welfare of the Indians. Instead, our wealth was being drained to Britain. Indians got that feeling. The revenue collected from them were not used for their welfare. At the same time, this money were drained to Britain. This is known as absentee sovereignty of the British. This also created discontentment among the Indians and led to the War of Independence 1857. So children, 4 political causes we have completed. Then in the next video, I'll share the social causes of the First War of Independence 1857. Thank you children.